Welcome to another edition of Small Talk for You. This morning we're going to explore Monticello and how you use it to create projects and version them off. So to get started, we'll go over here to the browser and we'll create a new category. We'll call this My Project. And in My Project, I'm going to declare a class. I'm going to call this My Class. I'll give it an instance variable of foo, and I'll hit Control S. And we'll compile that. And now what we want to do is we want to take this initial version of this class and we want to version this off in our repository. So what we're going to do is come over here, move this aside a bit, and we're going to open up the Monticello browser. Now from here you're confronted with a number of things. What we're going to do is add a package. We're going to call this My Project to match what we've got there. And now we're going to add a repository because we've created a package and we have to have a repository for it. So I'm making this a little bigger. We'll scroll down to My Project, which is going to be in here, in this list over on the left-hand side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a repository to that. We're going to make it a directory in our file system. So it'll come up with this little browser. And I'm going to select up here something I've put into this directory called repository. So I'll hit OK on that. And now it goes ahead and does that. And if I hit save, it will save that off, and I'll give it my initials, JR. And we'll go ahead and save that. And now it's offering me the opportunity to put a comment. So I'll say initial version. And we'll hit accept, and that saves that off. Now if we go ahead and bring over this Finder, you'll find that if I go into this repository directory, you'll see that it saved something. So there's this .mcz file. Now it turns out this is a zip file. If you were to change this to .zip, you could go ahead and unzip it and look at things, and you'd find that there's a little organization of source code changes and version tracking and so on. We won't do that right now, but you can feel free to try that. Let's go ahead and kill this, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead in our browser, bring this back to the front, and we'll add some methods. So we'll go to the class side now, and we'll add a category called instance creation, and we'll add a new method. Hit tab there where I didn't really want to, so let's just hit return. And we'll do answer super new initialize, and then we'll hit Control S on that. That added a new method. And now we'll go over to the instance side and we'll add a matching just so that it's theoretically functional. We'll put in an initialize. And we don't need to do anything with that other than put that there. And now what we can do is we can come over here and say save another version of this. And we'll say, oh, second version. And we'll hit accept on that. And now we'll go ahead and take a look at that. If we go ahead and look at the history up here, we can see there's my project. And I say this is version 3 and 4. You'll notice this is 3 and 4, and this is because I've done this in a different repository. So it's coming up with these version strings. But in any case, I've got two versions in this repository. And if I go ahead and hit changes with 4, you'll notice that it's going to show me the changes. It's going to show me that I added a new method. Here in version 4 I have it, and in version 3 I don't. Let's move this into the view. And over here, if I go down to the class, it's showing me that I have an initialize method that I didn't have. And I can take a look at all of the changes. So they're all showing up here. Everything's there. I've got my new method, I've got my initialize method, and it's showing me what I've changed between the two versions. So it's better for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever small talk you're using.